33 years after our most disastrous loss in Yankee history, at least World Series wise, we take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. If you remember, or honestly, if you're not even old enough to have remembered the 01 World Series, you are definitely watching a Unk franchise show. Nonetheless, 2001, Yankees lost the World Series in Game 7 in the bottom of the 9th inning with quite possibly the best closer of all time, somehow, someway, losing the game. Nonetheless, we are in a different universe and a different timeline. We have been the best team in the American League all year long, including in the postseason. Diamondbacks have been good. In the postseason, they definitely stepped their game up, and they are not a team to sleep on.
Welcome.
As on the mound for us, it is going to be Roki Sasaki, who is in his 4th World Series start and his 3rd World Series in general, or his 4th now in general. He's been phenomenal the past several years, and that's a big reason why we signed him to the big money deal. Even if 2034 was going to be the last year, I wanted to go all out for Aaron Judge's possible last season, as we do have both Cy Young Award winners from last year
for Arizona.
The rotation on the ledger for us, and hopefully that'll be more than enough for us to get through and win. Championship, Roki Sasaki striking out the first man, Shane Vigil for out number 1. Next up is the multiple-time All-Star Jordan Lawler, who's going to send a 100-mile-an-hour fastball only about 90 to right field for Jose Hernandez to make the catch. Here is the Diamondbacks lineup. Shane Vigil was at DH, Jordan Lawler, and Andres Portillo, JHM, number 4. Wells, Geloff, Coronado, Slade Caldwell, and Sean Gibbons, with several young bats on the bench. And if you may be wondering where Ben Rice is, somehow he got replaced off the playoff roster. I get he wasn't the higher overall between Portillo and Rice, but he wasn't. He was like a point or two off. They could have used him at some point, kept him on the bench or something. I would have loved to have seen him, but because of playoff rules, that's not going to happen. Tommy Siebel absolutely lights out. One of the best ERAs coming into a World Series ever. Probably the best. I'd have to look those numbers up, though. Here is Anthony Volpe, long-time playoff leadoff man. Maybe not always our leadoff guy. That is the first pitch. An inside fastball to Anthony Volpe. Tommy Siebel, a very good pitcher. His pitch mix is fine, though the win-losses just have not been there. The ERA has not been the best. In fact, he's been kind of average with maybe above-average stuff, as the Diamondbacks look to, win their 2nd World Series and make it 2 straight World Series against a Yankee team. Volpe lines out to left of center for the first out of the game. Yankee lineup is as follows. It's been the same thing for several months and probably over several years. Jones, Campbell, Dominguez, Pickett, Ramirez, the captain in his final World Series from what we know. Lee Bunning at second and Jose Hernandez in right. Here's Jones. Had his best power season this year by both OPS, extra base hits, and homers. Unfortunately, he'll pop up in the foul territory for out number 2. Next up is Christian Campbell, who has played in the World Series. It's just it was way back in season 1. And Campbell gets a hold of the curveball, sends it out to right field. Gibbons is there, though, to make the final out. Campbell trying to put us on the board to start the World Series. And looks a little disappointed, but he'll have to go back, pick up that glove, and go play some defense. It's Justin Henry Malloy, one of the few real players or, real characters in this game. He unfortunately will strike out on the inside slider, unable to pull the trigger for out number 1. Here's longtime Yankee Austin Wells. Another great postseason coming into the World Series, as you see one of 5 players to win 2 LCS MVPs coming into a World Series. Unfortunately, he will float this one to right field. Hernandez not going to have an issue for the 2nd out. Geloff, the former Athletic, down 2 strikes. The pitch, high heater. Sasaki coming with it to end the 2nd inning. All right. Salvatore Ramirez, unfortunately, will strike out to end the second as the Yankees come up fruitless to end the second inning. Next half inning, and Givens will punch out on the low heater. Can't connect and dribble it into an outfield grass. Quickly through 3. I know I'm pushing along a little faster than some of y'all may like, but hey, we got to get to the end of this series. By the time this episode comes out, we will be 3 days from early access. Now, I want to make sure you see the conclusion of this series as the captain gets his last first plate appearance in a World Series. Even count, 2-2. Siebel gets him the strikeout on 94 miles an hour up near the shoulders. Next up is Bunning. Bunning will swing and a miss over the top of slide piece, and he will unfortunately be thrown out to be out number 2. Both pitchers seem to be coming with the fastballs and the breaking balls. Ooh, we can't get a liner over short. Through 3, still nothing to show for it. In case you guys were wondering what team I'm running with in MLB The Show 26, I still haven't figured that out yet, and I know we only got a couple days. I will be figuring it out, I promise you that. Lawler grounds it to third. Still nobody getting a hit quite yet. Sasaki, bottom of the 4th, grounded to Ramirez, takes his time and steps on the bag. So nobody showing up on the hit column here through 4. In the 5th, Reiner, grounder, bounce to Ramirez. Ramirez tosses it to Sasaki, covering the bag for the first out of the 5th inning.
Now batting, catcher, Austin.
Now we get another look at Austin Wells. Hit one deep to right earlier. What's he got in store for a second plate appearance? This time he takes it to right of center. Jones will make the catch, and that is out number 2. Still, no hits for either team through 4.5 for us, 5 for them.
Leading off,
as Dominguez steps up,
the left fielder.
33 pitches, both pitchers very efficient. In the first 4.5, 5 innings, Dominguez sends a slider deep to left field. Justin Henry Malloy makes the catch up against the Yankee hat in left corner. Great play by Justin Henry as Dominguez tries to break up the no-hitter and shutout. Pickett also tries his hand with some power, sends it out the left of center, and then JHM is there again, showing some range. Ramirez, bouncer, up the middle of second, the toss across the body, and nobody has yet to get a hit through 5 innings completed. Jump ahead to the 6th, Israel Coronado, slow roller to Volpe. Volpe throw, scoops it out the dirt by Ramirez. That is the first out of the 6th. Sean Gibbons, full count, 2 outs. He will stare it at 96 up in the zone. Not sure what he was looking for. Through 6, still nothing to show on the score columns in any capacity.
Leading off for the Yankees.
Jump ahead to the 6th, Siebel at 40 pitches. Both pitchers look like they are trying to complete game this entire thing. First pitch. Oh, Judge gets a hold of a changeup right down the middle, deep to left field. The solo shot gets him on the board. Breaks up the no-hitter, breaks up the perfecto, breaks up the shutout. And Aaron Judge is now the oldest player in World Series history to hit a home run at 41, and I couldn't see how many days old. His second home run in the postseason. He hasn't nearly been as prolific as he was in about the mid-portion of this series. His bunting rolls went up the middle. Lawler able to scoop in, throw him out for the first out. Great play by Lawler, who has, I think, been a Gold Glover at least twice in this series. Showing why here. Volpe gets the Yankees a second hit, not exactly a second run, but he will represent that second run if we can drive him home. First with 2 away. Jones, 0-2 count. Bounces a curveball up the middle, and it will go to first base while moving away from him for the final out. So Judge gets us on the board. Sasaki pitching phenomenally so far, but you know I don't like a 1-0 lead. Top 7, full count offering the vigil. And he's going to need to take that candle back to the dugout as the Diamondbacks just can't seem to pick up a hit quite yet. First out of the 7th, and Lawler represents the second out in the 7th. Another punch out by Sasaki, his 7th so far. Portillo also down 2 strikes. Curveball gets it as he strikes out the side in the 7th. I don't want to call it, but Sasaki. Get that man some sake. He's through 7 innings. Not a hit, not a walk, not a hit by pitch, not nothing. Through 7 innings. If he can get the next 6 outs, he will become the second Yankee and the second Yankee and the second pitcher to ever have a perfect game. But I don't like this 1-run lead, as Campbell, unfortunately, will bounce out second the first. Call on Jason Dominguez to hopefully send a ball out this time. Siebel only up to 60 pitches, as Dominguez will just hit a changeup up the middle for another base hit for the Yankee squad. Oh, sorry, that's Pickett. I thought that was Dominguez. Siebel, again, not running in any real danger. He's giving up a couple hits, but nothing crazy. It's just his offense can't come through for him while he's pitching still a damn good game. Look, he's given up 3 hits. 3 hits, struck us out 4 times, gave up a single run. Honestly, if they wanted to keep pitching him, I would completely understand it. But Sasaki working on some history at this point in time. So jump ahead to the top of the 8th inning. Justin Henry Malloy leading off, and he'll bounce the splitter to Ramirez, who steps on first base for the first out in the 8th inning. Again, I wasn't joking with y'all. Through 7 1/3 innings, he is perfect. Austin Wells, definitely known to have that clutch gene, at least in pinstripes. What's he got for his D-backs team? Roller to Volpe. He takes his time, still able to get it over the first. And Sasaki perfect through 7 2/3 innings. Zach Geloff next up, 1-1. Rolls a splitter to Bunning. This should easily be the 3rd out, and it will. 3 outs from history. And Sasaki looks calm as a freaking cucumber. Absolutely, not riled up or nothing. That's just his demeanor. That is really a cultural thing for a lot of Japanese baseball players. That's Luis Raimo, who he's got a funky delivery, and he's given us some issues earlier in the season. But Aaron Judge, who has seen him a little bit, has the scouting tape, has said in a pregame interview, Raimo is kind of like a Byung-Young Kim, the former closer of the Arizona Diamondbacks way back in the early 2000s. Judge finds himself down 0-2, rolls a slider, just foul. As, again, that delivery is always an issue, and two-seamer bounce to the ball boy, who makes a good play. Somebody give him a minor league contract. Now 0-2 again, bounces it up the middle. As we look to get an insurance run, it's not going to happen off the bat of Aaron Judge, unfortunately. Here's Bunning. Hard cracks this two-seamer and loops it onto the outfield grass for a base runner. And the former stolen bases leader has an opportunity to take second, put himself in scoring position. Hernandez, oh man. The delivery of that fastball jams him. He pops it up the Wells for out number 2. As it'll take Anthony Volpe to possibly hit one into the gap to give us a second run. And Volpe sends a four-seamer out the right field, but Sean Givens is right there. And now Sasaki just needs 3 outs for perfection. He looks absolutely ready to go back out there. I think he's at about maybe 70 to 75 pitches. As we take a look at exactly 75 pitches it is. Israel Coronado grounded out twice. As the fans are getting riled up as they're possibly witnessing history. But we got to get the job done. Four-seamer in there high and away. He has worked all quadrants of the zone. Not afraid to even throw it over the middle as this Diamondbacks lineup can't seem to figure him out. And the pitch, no! No! Why? No! Of all the times we're better not to get out of the way. What the hell? Oh, that is some BS, man. Runner taken off for second. Pickett to throw, the tag, and they wipe him off the board anyway. Oh my God, I want to cry. It is at least a no-hitter through 8 1/3 innings. Again, only one other no-hitter in the World Series is the same perfecto back in 1952. Don Larson in the World Series. But we are looking at a no-hitter sinker up in the zone. The pitch Sasaki has not thrown very much, though I guess you could throw him off when you face the lineup a third time through the lineup. Splitter, bounce to Bunning. Bunning will go to first. No-hitter through 8 2/3. Again, still historic, but we got to get the job done. As the last chance for the D-backs is Sean Givens, who has not hit a home run. As a matter of fact, he's never hit a major league home run. He's actually just started his major league career here in the postseason. Falls behind 0-1 and then 0-2. 99 miles an hour. What Sasaki got in store for him? The Bronx is looking like a zoo. 0-2. Sinker outside, just off the mark. Sasaki, 86 pitch. Popped up into foul territory, so somebody will at least get a physical souvenir. Unless you're printing out your ticket, yeah, you probably got it on your phone. Ooh, look to go inside with the fastballs. The fans looking at the ABS system on their phones do not agree. 87th, 88th pitch now. Givens, fly ball, right field. While not perfect, it's still a shutout and a no-hitter. Sasaki, the third pitcher in postseason history, second World Series history to throw a no-hitter. But Don Larson, playing it like them 71 Dolphins, the only one to have a perfect and finish it off the way it needed to be. But it's all good, because most importantly, we have taken game one at home. And when you take that first game, you are significantly more likely to win the World Series. But we will not rest. So we got game two coming up really soon. Sasaki picks up his second win. Sable picks up his second L of the postseason. And when we jump into game number two, we've got a rookie pitcher. Well, young pitcher. He's really not a rookie. Sam Becker. AL leader in wins, faces Logan Gilbert, the prize free agent acquisition from, I believe, the 2027 offseason following Gilbert's time as a Mariner. Becker had been equally as good here in the postseason he has been in the regular season. Shane Vigil will unfortunately break up any notions of another no-hitter or perfecto. Vigil going to second, the throw, the tag, and Dominguez, despite bobbling the ball, is able to get the first out. Lawler, bouncer up the middle, Volpe can't dive and make the play. And then they get a base runner, so we can really calm down the perfecto no-hitter stuff. As Portillo floats one to left field to start the first, and Dominguez is right there. The lineup for the D-backs. It is literally the same. No changes in where guys are hitting, except Wells is batting fifth. Everybody, just all the same, which is all well and good. I understand. A lot of those guys on the bench are young. I'm questioning why the D-backs went with younger players as opposed to veteran players to really bolster their playoff roster. Now, it hasn't mattered because it's not like any of these major league pitchers that even have a scouting report on them. So, and it's done enough for them to get to this point. Gilbert, the 2026 World Series winner, as you can see. We had a lot of Cy Young winners and finalists in this series. Reggie Smith is one for us, as Spencer Jones unfortunately swings and misses at an inside slider. Dominguez takes a slider. It's jammed as well, but it'll land in Justin Henry Malloy's glove to end the first inning.
Leading off for Arizona, the catcher,
Austin Wells gets a shot
Austin
here in the second inning.
Wells.
And I'm a little surprised we ain't booing him. But, okay, take that back. We are going to cheer him. And that's understandable, but maybe not after this. Becker gives up the deep shot just over our bullpen. 1-0 Zona, his fourth postseason homer. And if I am not mistaken, I think he has about 12 to 15 at this point in his career, postseason-wise. I mean, granted, when you play enough postseason games and you are the power threat that Austin Wells has been, yeah, it's going to happen like that. You know, we've made the postseason. I mean, granted, he didn't play for us all of the 10 years, but, you know, he's played some time before us or before getting to this point. And Zona has made the postseason since we let him walk in free agency about 4 years ago. And Salvatore Ramirez, hard knock over Coronado's head despite the leap. He will be a base runner, but there are two runners out. Judge coming up, hit a solo shot last night. Will float a cutter to right field and unfortunately be the final out of the second. Jump ahead, Sean Givens. Again, not showing much of the way of hitting in the postseason. It really hasn't mattered, and why do I speak all of the BS into existence? Givens gives the D-backs a 2-0 lead. I'm guessing he said to himself, listen, I'm just not seeing the pitches quite well. So he finally saw a pitch well, and that splitter really caught too much of the zone. And it costs us a run. Portillo takes a changeup inside, throw by Pickett, slaps down the tag by Volpe, and that man running the second is out of here. James Pickett, one of the better, guys with the pop time here in Major League Baseball. Justin Henry Malloy floats, strikes out. Let's call it what it is. Austin Wells solo homer earlier. So we jump ahead here in the fourth. 0-2. The pitch inside, fastball for strike number 3. That's a key batter to sit down. Third strikeout for Becker. And then a slider just off the corner of the zone. Jello bounces to third. And that'll be the final out of the fourth. Yankee offense, we need something, man. Jones gets a hold of a fastball, sends it to deep, straightaway center into Monument Park, which used to be in play way back in Yankee Stadium, I want to say 2, before they put that fence up there. It used to be in the field of play, which is so weird to think of. Jones, his 4th postseason homer this year. And every time we played him in the postseason, he has always hit well. It has not mattered. Well, both pitchers pitching relatively well so far through 4. Coronado up to the dish, lines one right at Roderick Arias, who, yes, is still on the roster. We're kind of cycling out the second baseman as, Slade Caldwell sends this down the right field line, turning on a slider, giving the D-backs a 2-run lead again on his first postseason homer. D-backs jump out 3-1. Next up is Givens, who's already blasted one out earlier, and looks like he's going to get another extra base hit. Jones has to go all the way to the corner, can't pick it up off the ground, throws it into Volpe. Volpe to third. No! Givens is in there with a triple, we will call it. And infield playing in. Becker gets it on his throw-hand side and throws it while running away from first base for the second out. It's a phenomenal play. I mean, he's 21, so he's still got them spry legs to move like that. Lawler floats this one to left field, and unfortunately it will not be a sac fly or a base hit. They give him a 4th run. Come on, Cat, 3-2. Still at an inside slider. I understand why he wouldn't swing on that. That had some really late life to it as Becker punches out Portillo on a pitch down the middle. 4th punch out of the ball game. Wells hits this one into right field. Bounces down. Ullman will get it. Another possible extra base hit. The throw to Volpe as Wells slides in safely. Volpe didn't have a chance. I don't know what he was thinking. Jumping ahead, runner in scoring position as Becker strikes number 2 on his hand. Becker is in the running for the Cy Young according to a lot of pundits. 1-2, and a slider low in the zone. He stares at for strike number 3 to end the 6th. Jumping ahead,
Leading off
Anthony
for the
Volpe will
Yankees,
lead off the
the
bottom
shortstop,
half.
Anthony
Only one homer so far
Volpe.
in this postseason. Usually he's had at least 2 or 3 by now. 48th pitch from Gilbert. Oh, Volpe floats this one to straightaway center. Caldwell was able to run it down near the warning track. Great play by the long-time center fielder of the D-backs. He's been there for about 6 years, really. As Jones bounces this one to second, and unfortunately, he will bounce out. Despite hitting the homer earlier, you can't seem to get anything else. Dominguez floats this one to left field near foul territory through 6. That is a quality start here in the postseason for Logan Gilbert. All right, we are changing pitchers. Going to Felipe Gutierrez, who's not giving up a run yet. Struck out almost 40% of batters he's faced as Coronado rolls this one, as a matter of fact, to right for a base hit. Caldwell already smacked the long ball earlier. Hits this one, low liner. Bounces down, rolls into the corner. Dominguez is able to recover it. Throws it into Volpe. Volpe throws home for good measure. D-backs, 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. You take a look at that once more. I'm just not sure how Dominguez didn't play the line. You should have known that was coming. And now it's a full count offering. Shane Vigil awaiting an opportunity as that is ball number 4, high and outside. Bases loaded, nobody out for Shane Vigil. A single might clear the bases. Maybe not completely, but it'll at least clear the bases. Gutierrez looking a little shook. And this ball hit the shallow left center. It bounces down. Runner from third scores. Runner from second scores. That is 2 runs on a single for the D-backs. Lawler, still nobody out. 2 for 3. Rolls it to Arias. Volpe for 1. Over to first for 2. Run does score from third regardless. It is 6-1. Portillo is going to be the final out of the 7th inning, but not without the Yankees giving up 3 runs.
The third baseman.
Becker pitched decently well, but it just was not enough. And the Yankee offense just hasn't done enough to do what it needs to do to win this game so far, but still several more outs left to play with. And Christian Campbell looks like he wants to start the rally by showing some patience, becoming the first batter walked so far. Pickett smacks a 4-seamer. Deep to left center. Caldwell at the warning track. It is caught. No tag from the runner at first, which is very unconventional to even think of doing. And Salvatore Ramirez hits a slider deep to left field. It's over and beyond J.H. Emma's head. Runner coming around the score from first. The throw by Lawler. The tag not even close. And we get the second run on the board with 1 away. D-backs manager going to go to a new arm. And they will call on the youngster Christian Mena, who has struck out 40% of batters he has faced. Lefties have gotten a better look at hitting them. Righties, not so much. Captain down 0-2. And he floats a curveball to right field. Bounces down. Ramirez thought about going home. Holds up. He might have been able to score despite the weak throw from right. We'll have runners on the corners for not Arias. Lee Bunning is going to come to the dish. Not batting very well, but he's known to have more contact against pitchers. And he rolls one in the center field. That'll cut the lead to 3. The Yankees are 2 runners on. Surprised the Yankees aren't going with a pinch runner for Judge. Ullman bouncing to third. Lawler to second. To first. Wipes out the 2 runners and ends the 7th inning. Bryce Jarvis going to get an opportunity here in the World Series. 1.29 ERA. I'm going to assume the bullpen is a big reason why this D-backs team made it to the postseason, and they continue to show it as Jarvis strikes out Volpe. Jones, fastball low and inside. He should have laid off of that, man. Come on. I know you didn't show much plate discipline in the minors, and you've shown better plate discipline here as you've been in the majors. Dominguez floats this one deep right center, but he will be the final out of the 8th inning.
Pitching for Arizona.
Here's
Number 52.
Hobo Iriarte, a 2.25 ERA. Man, they really were not giving up runs. But how did they lose games if that? Maybe they lost a lot of close games. As Campbell hits the one down the right field line. It is fair. Campbell coming up big for us. Third postseason home run. Cuts the Yankee deficit to 2. Not yet giving up, and really the power heart of the lineup is coming up. Pickett up next. He's definitely blasted a couple. Ooh, not going to be able to connect on the high outside heater for out number 1/9. Salvatore Ramirez gets another shot. He's had 2 hits so far. Can he make it a third or even a third run? Well, really not a third run. It'd be a 5th run. We're being real. Fouls off the changeup. Strike 2. And oh, he gets hit by the slider in the shoulder. I appreciate you taking one for the team, and he doesn't even seem to be shook up by it. Captain, opportunity to put another memory on his ledger. First pitch, high heater for strike number 1. Can tie the ball game with a long ball. And slider, oh my goodness. That was right in your wheelhouse. Maybe not directly down the middle, but you got to blast that, man. Put that old man strafing. Judge, nonetheless, takes it, change up and bounces it to left field for a base hit. So he will represent the tying run. The man coming up number 8 will represent the game-winning run. Jose Hernandez will run the base pass because Bunning is not known for his power at all. Call it what it is. He's had maybe, one double-digit home run season his entire career since being drafted back in 2025. Swing and a miss on the outside heater. I get what he was thinking. Probably hit it to left field. Might score 1. Hell, might score 2 because Hernandez is decently fast. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the slider. Oh, man. Lee Bunning couldn't even come up with solid contact to advance the runners. Ullman, first pitch. Slider outside and away. Might be a good idea to hit it that way. Again, the man in right field, Sean Gibbons, doesn't have the strongest of arms. And he'll take a pitch high and inside. Ullman looks to get a little bit of bearings, and Iriarte just looking to get an out any way possible. On the ground, in the air. He gets a strike nonetheless. But that was a pitch that I've seen Ullman demolish. 2-1. Nope, upstairs, and it looks like Ullman is just going to play the patience game. Anthony Volpe has come up very clutch for us many a times in the postseason. 3-1. And, oh, man, Ullman with a pitch down the middle will pop this one up to left field. Diamondbacks take game number 2 after being basically run out of the Bronx in game number 1. So the series split so far, as game 3 will be heading to Arizona. Becker obviously not nearly as good as Sasaki. You know, it is what it is. But we've got an opportunity in Arizona to completely take the series. We're playing 3 games in Phoenix, which, damn, actually, I didn't even realize I had the 3rd game on here. Hey, don't go nowhere. Subscribe to the damn channel. This series is far from over. In fact, this is probably the juiciest part of the series. When, teams finally go to the other team's home venue. Aniello De Villa on the mound for the D-backs, a 4.88 ERA. He struck out guys, but he also walked about equally as many. Jones takes a curveball. First pitch he sees deep to straightaway center. Caldwell right there to make the catch. Dominguez is going to take a slider in the butt cheek. It's all right. He's taken many of those throughout his career. Campbell, unfortunately, will swing and miss and strike out to end the 1st inning. Again, the series does not start till we are on the other team's road, venue. Hunter Green on the mound. Back-to-back Cy Young awards. Not in the running for this one in 2034. Did not have enough starts following missing a 2-month injury. I believe it was a shoulder, the same shoulder he injured last year, the same shoulder he injured earlier in the postseason, the same shoulder he injured 2 years ago. I don't know what it is. I mean, it hasn't mattered to it really any of the 3 years that he's had it happen. Maybe he's just got a weak shoulder, hinge, shoulder joint. I mean, he's on the last year of his deal, so he very well could call it quits, though the velocity is still there. Wells bounces it bunting to Ramirez to get out of the first inning. Pickett, an unfortunate strikeout in his first AB in Arizona. We did face the D-backs in Arizona earlier in the year. Ramirez sends this one in the desert heat out to right field, and it's going to be a pull floaty. Ramirez with his 4th postseason homer in his first postseason. As Ramirez becomes the 4th youngest Yankee player to hit a World Series home run. Jump ahead, Zach Geloff. Oh my goodness. A 104 batting average. That's horrible. And he is going to float one to right field as Ullman is going to be there in the corner to make the catch. Now, when we did face the D-backs, they did walk us off. So, we aren't really familiar with winning here. And because we only play here once a year, it's not like you get used to the confines of Chase Field. Coronado over the base hit. Givens, a hard crack up the middle. Bunting goes the short way to Volpe, stepping on second. As we get through that, and Davila is going to give Volpe to float one to center. Shallow center bounces down. Not the best of hits, but we'll take it. We will gladly take it. Dominguez, hard roller up the middle. 2 runners on for the Yankee offense. As Campbell comes up next. Can he give us another run? First pitch he sees from Davila, hits the slider, bounces down the right field line into near the corner, or the corner is the most corner. And the only one run will score. Had it been the other corner, I most definitely would have sent that runner from first. Pickett, an opportunity to give us another hard knock up the middle. 1 run will score. A second coming around. Nope, I take that back. I guess we realized we didn't want to test the arm of Slade Caldwell, one of the best center fielders in the game, for sure. And because it cost us a run, it cost us an opportunity to score. Damn it. Portillo stares at high heat from Hunter Green on the outside corner. Yankees still up 3-0. Judge another shot to face Davila. Angulo, not known for throwing that hard. No, man, slider low in the zone. Judge swings way over the top of it. Maybe he was looking for the fastball. The throw from Wells to first, not going to matter. So Judge is there on base. Oh, not particularly safe. Ullman will unfortunately swing and miss, though no drop third strike from Wells this time. Davila lefties are smoking his boots. 400 batting average, so fortunately he's facing a righty. And Volpe will float this one right field to Givens. Givens is there. Green goes back out there for the 4th, punches out. Justin Henry in the lower on a slurve. Wells up next. He also will suffer the same fate on an even further inside slurve. Back-to-back punch outs for the green bean. Looking to make it 3 in a row. Geloff down 0-2, and he'll float this one to shallow left. Dominguez tries to dive for it, comes up nowhere near him. It kind of sunk away from him at the last second. Jones has to recover it, throw it back in. That is, I think, a double and an error. Maybe it'll give him a triple. Who knows? We'll have to go to the scoring box for that. Runner in scoring position, and Coronado cannot come up with a run for his squad. Floats it in the foul territory at first. And a squandered opportunity for the D-backs. Givens is going to stare at a low splitter who he does not agree with. Listen, Rook, even with ABS, pitcher's going to get the benefit of the doubt. Jumping ahead, Vigil. He will stare at a slider as Green seems to really have his strikeout pitch going for him so far. Working the slider in the slurve, not throwing nearly as much fastballs as he has in prior years. I would say some of that is because he didn't want to throw a shoulder out again, but he's already done that earlier in this postseason. Another slurve by Green. He sees the pitch is working and it can't seem to connect on him. So keep throwing it. Yankees up 3-0 through 6. All right, we jump ahead. Ullman, top 7, 1 out. He gets a hold of his fastball, sends it out to left field, extends the Yankee lead to 4-0. Christian Manor, who we saw earlier, gives up the long ball. Volpe lines it right at his former teammate for the first out of the 7th. Surprised Green's still out there. Jello bounces at third, over to first. That's 2 outs. Maybe Green goes 8. I mean, I don't want to throw his arm out or nothing or, overwork him. We might need him for a game 6. You never know. We'll see. Coronado. Slider hit the Volpe's right side. Over to first and 1, 2, 3 yet again. 7 innings strong. Only 4 hits given up for Hunter as the heart of the lineup comes up in the 8th. All right, we got a runner to third as Campbell smacks it over the second baseman's head and gives us a 5-0 lead here in the 8th inning. 18. Didn't exactly see who scored. There's actually at this point, I've reached a point where I know who a player is on base by their speed. And this one's going to get floated to straightaway center. He'll retreat back. That's Dominguez. Throwing it back in. Ramirez already hit a long ball earlier. Ball hit to dead center. Caldwell barely moves. That is out number 2. Captain. Does he have a road homer in him? Bouncer on the ground to second. Won't get either the runner at second. We'll get the runner at first. And not without Campbell giving us a 5th run. I think I feel safe enough to throw Frank Wolf out there, who despite being a starter is coming out of the pen for us. Come out of the pen several times, including the game in which Hunter Green got injured earlier in the postseason. Ramirez to Volpe. I thought the runner at second would be out, but I get why they're not. Because Ramirez stepped on the bag, there's no automatic out by stepping in second. So as you take a look, if he didn't step, which may have been just involuntary, it just happened because he happened to be going with the momentum of the ball, Volpe would have had to tag him, and he should have. It's all right. It's all good. We're up 5-0. I'm not too concerned. We can still get out of this without an issue as Frank Wolf strikes out Shane Vigil on the 90-mile-an-hour heater. Here's Lawler, who is having a terrible game. A hat trick of strikeouts. Wolf looks for the golden sombrero. Down 0-2. The pitch. And he stares at it, and he's got a golden sombrero. Good thing we're not that far from the border. We can get you one on the cheapo. Maybe from a cousin of El Chapo. As Portillo hits this one in the left field. It bounces, rolls all the way to the Arizona Diamondback bullpen. Dominguez gets it to Volpe, but can't get it to second in time. That is a 9th inning double with no outs. Don't know what the largest deficit of any team to come back in a World Series game is, but with one away, it's one less runner to worry about.
Up next for the Diamondbacks.
Jumping ahead is Austin Wells. 2 of 10 in the series, already smoked one. Austin Wells rips this one down the right field line. Pages chasing it. It is out of here. Yankees jump ahead 3-0 on the 4th home run for Wells in this postseason. Just showing Wells' propensity to come up clutch, and he's going to do so again. This time, not a long ball. As, maybe not. Why did the runner not come around the score? Not just because the throw was off, but I mean, that's a hindsight thought, but bouncer to Volpe. Volpe bunting to first, and the Yankees pick up their second shutout win of the series. Here to take game number 3 as most of the time when a team wins game 3, they have won the series. Not quite the higher percentage as it is if you win game 1, but going up 2-1, headed to game 4 and 5 here in Phoenix. We can take this series right here. But we got to take care of business in game 4, man. Sid Jordan. He's been pretty good here in the postseason. Will face pretty much the same Yankee lineup he's seen. The only difference, Omens in center, Lombard at second, Hernandez in right. Bunning will get the day off and possible pinch hit or run. Ramirez is definitely getting the day off. As you know, I got to rotate some of them outfielders just to get them some run. We do have a log jam. Y'all know this already. One man gets on. Pickett bounces to third. Coronado to second. He bobbles it on the throw. Maybe it had a little bit of sand granules on it. Kind of jolted his hand to drop it. As here comes Spencer Jones. He swings and misses over the top of the curveball for out number 3. So, man doesn't give up the run. And here is former Cy Young finalist Reggie Smith, who has worked himself to a 2.13 ERA and 0.87 whip. Striking out 22% of batters faced, not walking a single one. And he continues that to start the first inning. Not afraid to throw some of his pitches like the slider and the changeup inside and high to righties. That's cost him a little bit, but not too badly. He's been pretty damn good since being drafted back in 2025. Remember, we picked him up on waivers after the 30 season. Red Sox unfortunately waived him, and I just saw an opportunity where we were weak in the pen, or at least in the, saw a weak position in the rotation, and we took advantage of it. Yankees take advantage of a bad throw to pick up a 1-0 lead. Lawler hits this one in and near the gap. Dominguez able to play behind it, not let it roll all the way to the wall. Lawler would have easily been at third had Dominguez not played that well. He's definitely worked on his defensive game since we worked with him. I don't know what the real life Yankees going to do with him. I like him. We just got a log jam in the outfield and the DH. So in real life, we'll see what comes of that. Givens floats this one to right for the second out of the third. Rolling it open. And he'll go to short way to end the third inning. Sorry for that, young. As Jones takes a inside fastball for the first walk of the ballgame. Here's Omen. Ooh, hard slap on that slider. Hit the middle. Jones not hesitating to go around second to third. He's in there safely. We got runners at the corners for the Capitone. Not hitting the best this postseason, but short sample size. You know how this goes. And bounces it to the left side of second. Gets one man over to second, so the captain can't come up with a second run for his pinstripe squad. All right, take a look at the tail of the tape. Sid Jordan and Reggie Smith both giving up 1 run or less. And both have struck out only 2 batters, though, so the defense really playing a role here so far. Lombard up the middle. Bounces off the glove and rolls damn near in the center field. So that'll be a base hit for Georgie Boy. He's really taken not playing third base or really playing regularly in stride, just being our utility infielder, playing when and where we need him. He was accommodatingly Bunning, moving from the outfield into the infield. And, you got to reward him with some playtime, especially in the World Series. Here's Christian Campbell, who's been our best hitter in the postseason so far. 2 for 2. Hard smack up the middle. Runner is going to round third. The throw by Caldwell to the dish. Wells can't tag him. Yankees up 2-0. Jump ahead, Pickett, and oh man, takes a slider and just floats it to shallow right. A pitch he has smoked many a times. Jones. Swing and a miss on a slider way out of his reach despite his 6'7" frame. jump ahead, and Austin Wells is going to get on to start the bottom of the fifth.
Now batting number 14.
Smith not looking to get into any danger. You know, Wells doesn't hit lefties very often, so you know, you get lucky on one, you get lucky on one. Coronado pops this one up between catcher, pitcher, and third in foul territory. Smith calls off everybody and says, I got this. I got this. I want to show y'all don't got to do all the defensive work. First pitch to Geloff. Floats it to center. Ullman right there, no issue. Lawler, 4.1 WAR. Pops this one in the foul territory. And Jones runs it over despite it not getting very airborne for the final out. Dominguez. Oh, straightaway shot into the desert air. Center field, 458. I thought that thing went further than that. Sending it in the orbit, his 5th postseason long ball. The double dap in the dugout. And of course, Dominguez stepping on home plate. Dapping up his homeboys, or not. Why y'all playing with him like that, man? Show that man some love, okay? He's worked very hard to become a multiple-time All-Star. Captain, also a multiple-time All-Star. Unfortunately, strikes out. What curveball, way out of the zone. Maybe was looking for something else. Another curveball by Menon. It seems to be his out pitch. He has gotten a strikeout and a double play to get him out of the 6th inning. Givens, unfortunately, is going to go sat down on the bench following a strikeout on the heater. Smith looks good. Not caving the right-handed batters either. You know, scouted to be an A potential guy, a multiple-time All-Star, which he is and has been only for the Yankees. You know, it's good to see that, you know, the waiver wire pickup played in our favor. It's not quite Babe Ruth, but hey, you know, whatever. As Campbell rolls one to third and he can't get a 4th hit in the ballgame. But his phenomenal game has definitely helped us out so far. Smith goes back out there for the bottom of the 7th, and Portillo hits this one to right field. Hernandez runs it down for out number 1. As Smith working on, how many pitches he got here? Like 60. Damn, he could go back and continue pitching. And when you know what, when you got guys popping him out in the foul territory, hitting them at defenders, he may get about 80 to 85 pitches and get our, 2nd or 3rd shutout of the series. This one would be a complete game shutout, but I don't want to jinx him. And Wells strikes out on the inside heater. 7 innings strong for Big Reggie. Coronado just looking to get on, if anything.
Number 14. Change for the Yankees.
As we're going to put Lee Bunning in the outfield. As, again, Bunning is a better fielder, though he doesn't have the arm of really any of the outfielders, including Judge. His arm is weaker than Judge. But, I mean, Judge is a big man, so it is what it is. Coronado will be sat down, swinging on a slider. His 6th punch-out so far. Looking like he might go to CG, and a changeup gets him another strikeout. And, yeah, we can quickly see why he was a finalist for the Cy Young, but ultimately lost to his own teammate. Lawler bounces one into the left field corner. Dominguez kicks it off his cleat. What the hell? But they're not going to try him by going to 3rd. The runner in scoring position with 2 away for Sean Givens. 0-2. Bouncer to the right side of Lombard. Charges it and throws it. Gets him out of the 8th inning. Again, Smith not sweating it much despite the sun out here in right field. We got a runner on, and George Lombard gets his first World Series hit of his career. Actually, that may be his 2nd. I'm dead wrong. Forgot he got a hit earlier, just never showed it. Bunning hits a fastball the other way. He was jammed a bit, so nobody's going to advance. I know we don't need the insurance runs, but, you know, a grand slam could do us in. You never know. Volpe gets on, and now with the bases loaded, we call on Christian Campbell to bust this one wide open. 1 out, 1 strike. Hits this right field. Caught by Givens on a line. Runner tagging from 3rd. The throw is offline, and we get that insurance run thanks to the captain showing some hustle. Pickett, maybe looking to tag on a little more. That's not going to happen. Lawler over to first, no problem. We look to close this one out. Is Smith going to finish what he started? And it looks like he is coming off the bench with the glove in his hand. And starting this one out, it is Shane Vigil, up to almost 90 pitches. As the first pitch to Vigil is going to be a fastball, showing no signs of slowing down. That velo not shifting down a gear, and a strikeout as he picks up another one. The inside high slider to a righty. Not the place you want to throw it to a righty, but hey, it's got the job done. Caldwell takes a slider, hits it to left field. Dominguez is right there on the warning track as Smith is 1 out away from a complete game shutout with a good amount of run support. Unlike game one, which the captain was the only one to give us anything. Then, 98th pitch, 0-2. Bounces it to Jones. Step on the bag, and that is another shutout so far in this World Series. So, we are up in this series, aren't we? What, 3-1? If I am not mistaken. As New York becomes the first team, since 1905, they have 2 shutouts using a singular pitcher in a World Series. That one was back in the first World Series, which is nuts. But with a commanding 3-1 lead, will we be able to close it out in Arizona in Game 5? Y'all are going to have to sub to see it, because I'm not just going to do that to y'all so quickly.